Ron Harris here from MuscularDevelopment.com with HD muscle athlete Brandon Breckrich. Brandon, I interviewed you probably like 10 years ago for Ironman magazine. You've been a very top national super heavyweight competitor for a long time now, and you're getting ready for the NPC Nationals again, correct?
Yep.
Where is it? Where are they having it this time?
So it was Miami, and they just moved it to Orlando.
Okay.
Yeah, which is fine. It's a little bit cheaper.
Then you can go to Disney after you win, right?
Exactly. That's the idea. You know, go ride a roller coaster, have some ice cream.
So, how long have you been at the national level, and what have you been your best placing so far? It's not a joke, I'm asking.
It's too damn long. That's the answer to that. Now, I took 3 years off, actually. When I just competed last November, that was the first time I competed in 3 years. So I just stepped away and focused on other things in my life, and it was good. I needed to get away from it a little bit, but I got the itch. I started working with Dorian Hamilton. Was just looking for some accountability, you know, and he got me feeling really good, and so I opted to go for the show. And a lot's happened, though. It's like I found out I had Hashimoto, which is an autoimmune disease. Yeah, so learned that I think that has been a big role in how my condition has been in the past, because it directly affects your thyroid. So it's not something that I'm able to just medicate. It's volatile. So learning a lot about that and trying to figure
I have no idea. I've heard that term, Hashimoto's, but I don't know how does that affect a person, especially like for bodybuilding purposes. How does it affect you?
Well, it directly affects your thyroid gland. So obviously thyroid is responsible for metabolism, right? So autoimmune is when you start having these flare-ups and everything like that, it's going to basically, it directly affects your thyroid. So T3, T4, they're up and down, left and right. That's not just what I initially thought was just being underactive, where you could straight medicate it.
Right.
But now I'm having to get labs done every 2 weeks, because if I'm doing too much cardio, I have too much stress, my cortisol is too high, then it flares up, and then it can be either way. My T3 can be low, my T4 can be high. So it's a bit of a shit show, and still trying to figure it out. So I'm not saying that maybe is the direct reason why I've not performed well. I'm sure there are a lot of reasons, but it definitely has played a role. And that last year was, I prepped pretty much all year, and that was when we kind of started figuring things out.
So, as far as I know, you've only done like USA Nationals, the big shows here.
Yeah.
Have you ever considered, because there's so many more opportunities now internationally in these other shows, Arnold Amateur, Olympia Amateur. Have you ever thought about going somewhere else to try to get a pro card?
Not too much, no. I think I've kind of always had a hard on for nationals. You know, that's always been my show that I always wanted to win or go pro at. But I guess a pro card's a pro card at the end of the day. I mean, I'm old enough to do masters now.
You just turned 35?
36.
Oh, that's a kid, dude. I barely, 36 was so long ago. Wow.
Yeah,
I mean, especially in bodybuilding now, 36 is like, pfft.
Yeah, I feel like I'm just hitting my peak right now.
You really are.
Yeah.
Honestly, you are.
Well, let's hope so.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'm not going backwards.
So, you know, I'm just curious, what do you ever ask like for feedback from the judges? Like, what do they want to see, and how do you and Dorian plan on addressing that and giving the judges what they want to see this time?
Yeah, they always just say conditioning. I got a ton of feedback. I took sixth this past November, and I knew I wasn't sharp. I didn't have any delusions of winning, you know what I mean? I was very happy with sixth place, but the critiques that I got were, you could have won the whole show if you were sharper from the back. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what they said. So obviously, I mean, that's just it's just a glute game for me. That's really all it boils down to, is condition. So
you know what? That's a great thing to hear, because if they said your back sucks, like, oh no, you might never get. I've known people that they never brought up whatever body part they need to brought up. Years and years go by,
right.
Their legs, they never get any more leg sweep, they never get back thickness. But condition, I honestly believe anybody, if they find the right formula, they figure it out, the right coach, anybody can get that look.
Right.
They might have to suffer horribly to get it,
right.
But that's a great thing to hear, is your physique is what we want, it just need to be sharper.
Yeah, and that's it. I mean, and we definitely suffered. I mean, you can ask Dorian. I think the last 4 weeks I was doing over 2 hours of cardio and like sub 1,000 calories a day. So suffering is an understatement, but you know, we did what we had to do, and I was happy with how I looked. You know, it was a good look for me for the most part. So
best of luck this time. You know, I like to hear the guys who've been grinding out for years turn pro. I hate when somebody like starts training and like a week later they got a pro card or something. That's bikini. Anyway, I joke, not really. I'm always, they know. They smack me when they walk by me at the expos. It's okay.
That's all right.
So yeah, I wish you the best of luck, Brandon. I know you've been working very hard for a very long time.
Thank you.
I'd like to see it pay off for you. So best of luck to you, sir.
Thank you so much,
And
Ron.
congratulations on being part of this winning team, man, HD Muscle.
It's a pleasure.
These guys are killing it. So that's it, guys. From Carbon Culture USA in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, Ron Harris from MuscularDevelopment.com. Thanks, sir.